Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Maxwell Miller, and this week I've been commissioned to make a leather shoulder holster and harness. Let's get started! My steps to making a leather holster are to make a paper pattern, then transfer that to a craft foam pattern, transfer again to your leather, and put it all together with glue and hardware. So I have here a drawing of the actual firearm that is dimensionally accurate to the measurements that I found online, but it's really difficult to make a three-dimensional object around a two-dimensional drawing, so we're going to need some sort of analog to fill in, at least until we do our first round of shaping, and then we'll go from the measurements after that. Now, the easiest way to do this would probably be to cut it out of wood. However, I wanted to go a little faster than that, so I just looked around the studio to see if I had anything close. So first of all, we have a Nerf gun, which is, no, way too big. That's not going to work. We also have a BB gun here, which is, oh, that's pretty close, but it's a little too tall and it's pretty fat, so that one's not going to happen. But we also have this little bitty airsoft gun, which is almost perfect. So that's the one that we're going to use. So again, we'll start with our paper pattern, and once we're happy with it, we'll transfer that to craft foam so that we can get a sense of how the thickness of the leather will affect how everything comes together. We'll then transfer the pattern directly to our leather and check the fit one more time before finally putting it all together with our screws and hardware. The screws that I'm using here are just regular screws with a T-nut at the end and a rubber spacer in the middle. This T-nut grabs onto the leather to make sure nothing's going to move. I then move on to contact cement, which is used to attach the straps that hold the D-rings, allowing the holster to hang from the leather harness. Next, I made the pattern for the shoulder harness, cutting it out from a thin but strong and high-quality leather. The process of making this pattern was really just trial and error to see what felt decent and what supported weight properly. Finally, we'll cut out the pattern from our leather, make our adjustment holes with a leather punch, and then assemble the whole thing and put it all together with Chicago screws. Now, the good part about assembling in this way is that the whole thing is easily adjustable from person to person. The holster and the magazine pouch can go on either side, or the magazine holder can be taken off entirely. Now, while I model the final product for you, let me just say thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this week's video. If you'd like to see more of my work, head over to my website, maxwellgmiller.com, or my Etsy page, and consider supporting me on Patreon. Links are in the description below. Now, for next week's video, we have a very special guest coming into the studio, and we're doing a very special build, so be sure to tune in for that, and I'll see you next week.